I'm trying to watch what you guys are watching, but I'm in the door getting unloaded. Luckily, they took me 2 hours before my appointment, which is awesome. Buddy's hanging out. I want to talk to you guys about just anything and everything. CDLs, schools being shut down. They're starting to not let people send money to. It's cold out here too, guys. Like 40 degrees. Not let people send money to different countries, which is all going to help us, I guess, in the end. There you go. Now it says I'm live. So I can watch comments with you guys because they get small up there. I can't see her name because I'm going blind as an old man. I'm not really. Let's see. Patrick, what's going on? Brian, hey, what's going on? Jessam. Desarius, what's going on, guys? We're just dropping right by the house. And Adam, what's going on? JP, Chuck, Marcus, Nick. We're just dropping off these boxes we picked up yesterday, if you watched the video. But like, they shut down 3,000 schools. Buddies chilling out with us. All that stuff. What are you guys doing? Keeping up with Joan. Just text me your new number. I will. Dang it, I forgot to do that. Be great, be elite. I like that, man. Let's see if I can. I don't have my phone with me right now. Zach, thanks a lot, man. Got to rep some buddy. It's the man, right? Looking for my steel toe just so I'm like, oh, buddy, what's up? You want to come hang out? It's Christmas. Found these lights too. But they don't work. I got to put another battery in them. I push a little thing. I don't know what little thing is up there. Michael Gray, what's going on, brother? Oh, man. There you go. Thanks a lot, man. Be great, be elite. I'll hit you up. Remind me at the end if I forget, man, because you know I'm forgetful. But it's an 864 number now, man. Keep it up with great work. Thanks a lot, Maga for the win. William Maddox. What's up? Rags, what's going on? HSC7. What's up, Mr. 65? But yeah, they're shutting down all the CDL schools. Highway's actually doing something right. They're non-domicile CDLs, which means that you get your CDL like in Texas, but you live in Virginia, and you have to like go back and change it. But people from a different country don't ever change it. They just get that kind of CDL, which is a big old loophole that we should have closed a long time ago. What's happening, Gold Hunter? Taylor, what's up from Nashville? I need to go to Nashville. I will be coming to Nashville soon. If you live there and you want to hang out with me and T-Dubs, we will be taking a trip either in this big old girl, the Escalade, or maybe the WS6, or maybe a plane. We will be going to Nashville because we're going to In-N-Out Burger. I know it opens on the 10th of this month, but we're going to wait a while till we actually go, you know. Oh, man. I'm trying to see what you... Oh, stop moving comments. If you guys wonder what I'm looking at, I have my iPad up here, and I can have like a half page of comments instead of like 3 of them on my screen and are right in my face. So I like to go up here and see you guys. Hope you and the family doing well. You too, big dog. We're doing the best we can, man. I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. We're moving into Christmas. Freight's going to be good for like a couple weeks, and then when it comes up to Christmas, just like Thanksgiving, it just shuts off. Went and brought the boys, the mechanic boys, Taze and Jesse, some good old donuts this morning. They weren't there. Lazy butts. No, they had stuff they were doing. What's happening? Just in Indiana for Christmas, for New Year's. There you go. What's up? What's up, DC? Howdy, Alcom. Ireland, what's going on? John Daly, I hope you're as good as golfer as John Daly is, man. Drinking a Miller Lite as you do it. Food Line towed both my trailers. What? They didn't tell you about it? See that, man, Food Line, man. I had a little run-in with the head dude. Keith, I think his name is. He was just a pompous dude, man. I was not happy with him. And I wasn't mean to him or nothing, but I told him, like, hey, can you guys just call me? I'm going to leave. I was just letting him know, like, because you know it takes like 6 hours for them to get you on that back place. And the guard guy got like super offensive and mad. I'm like, no, I'm just letting you know, like, they do call me and I live right here. I'll be right back. Oh, no, they went crazy on me. I was like, whoa. And they're like saying I was mean to the guard. I didn't say nothing. So yeah, the Food Line or USADA, whatever, man, that's $3,200 to get your trailers back. That is crazy. We're local people too. Like, take care of your own people. Be nice. Give me a warning. That's crazy, man. That's like what you can call. You can buy like a new dry van right now for $5,000. So you probably could have bought another one for that price. 10 miles from new In-N-Out. Oh my goodness, big dog. We'll be up there, man. I wish it was like in Knoxville. It's a lot less of a drive. Or like, I guarantee they're going to build one by Gatlinburg, which will make it a lot easier because we're going to Gatlinburg. We're trying to figure out what week we're going. Maybe right before Christmas or right after Christmas, but we always like to go during Christmas. If you guys have ever been up there, they like really do it nice. Like they have snow and stuff. Like they decorate like crazy. It's good, Jay Harrison. But the whole if you're a trucker, the whole reason for this, besides buddy hanging, was they're getting rid of they already got rid of 3,000 schools. They have 30 days to comply. Like all these schools are just giving CDLs out to people that don't speak English or haven't even done, I think it's 160 hours of road time. Like when I went to CDL school, it was not easy. It took me a long time. I looked like I was wet right there. It was a little thing. I thought I spilled my cup on me. It was not easy. That was a lot of work. I had to work nights, Ubering. I was still making my grills. It was balancing my family and all that. Buying a truck at the same time and being stressed out. You can't go over 60 miles an hour on 85 or you get failed. If you hit a curb, you get failed. All this stuff. Like, I guarantee they don't have that pressure. They're doing. They're a-holes sometimes. DC, yeah. Digging a new dual camera. It's pretty cool, man. I didn't even realize I had that. I was just messing with the buttons on the thing, and this thing pops up. It says dual screen. And I hit it, and boom, it brings it. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Same thing I said, 1,200 more. I could have got another one. I'm telling you, buy another dry van. I took I rolled one of your dry vans down to I think Jacksonville was for you. That was a nice trailer, man. It tracked real good. I'm glad you got them back, but it sucks that they can't give you a warning. Like, hey man, it's hard enough for everybody out here. Don't just tow my stuff. Just at least tell me. I'll get right out of there. Off Malden Road, park, $100 a month. There you go for both of them. That's pretty good, man. I'm so blessed of where mine are. So blessed with the guy that I met in that one night, just going to a karaoke bar. So thank you, Katie, for karaoke. A guy in there named Mike. He's like, is that you across the street in that semi? He drives too. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you can't stay there, man. She'll pretty much would have told me like she told you, keeping up Joneses. And I was like, okay, thanks. And I'm just trying to find somewhere to park my truck. I was right when I got in. That was a black Volvo. Just like, I think that was my rented trailer. That was my TNT Rents trailer. And I was out a lot more back then, so I wasn't home a lot, didn't have it parked. Kiss and Invest Me, thanks a lot for how do you like. I love the RTS car. I don't know if you work for RTS or not, but thanks a lot for that $199. I like the Pilot Flying J network, so that's why I really like it. But I mean, a lot of fuel cards are pretty much on the even keel, but they give you better discounts depending on how much more fuel. If I use a lot more fuel, if I had 10 truck fleet, you get a way bigger discount. I get a great discount, but I love the card. I love that it lets me pay on, I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you can kind of run it up for the weekend and then take it out after you get paid. But I love RTS factoring and the card. I do get residual kickbacks for referrals by them guys, so I am sponsored by them, so don't think I'm just saying I love them because I love them. But I do love them. They are good, so, but I am sponsored by them. So, drive a 50-ton rotator wreck on American trucks. So there you go, Train, CDN. William Maddox, I was in Smyrna, Tennessee, Knox Fair, far from Nashville. Well, wait, they're going to build more. I don't know what that's saying. I was in Smyrna, Tennessee, not far from Nashville, back in Brown, Tennessee, moving out of the old house. There you go, William. Back in 2009, I think I should still have to shift the truck instead of just putting, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people. I was grateful that my school was a manual endorsed school, so everybody had to drive manuals. I was grateful for that. Because if not, you would have had find somebody that had a manual truck and testing it to get it. So I think it keeps you more aware of everything too. You're not just like comatose holding the steering wheel. You have to keep aware of your speed, everything else. If you're going to come to a stop, downshifting, or if you don't want to use the clutch to stay in a gear and roll up to the light. What schools got shut down? So mostly all the schools that aren't compliant, and a lot of them are in California, unfortunately, that are run by people that are not from the country, and they're bringing in people from not in the country and just pretty much free passing them to get CDLs. They were doing this with driver's licenses too. Like, it's just very unsafe for everybody else on the road. That's the whole reason we have, well, it was hard for us at 16 years old to get a test or have to get your permit at 15 and a half. There was a reason for all that, because they want to make sure you know how to drive. Some people don't drive well. So, and then another thing, like some of these people, they had to just crack down in Indiana or Wyoming, and they got like 42 people that, 2 of them were actually, one was a DUI like this year, and he just got deported 5 times and he comes right back. It's that you can't really vet them. So like if I get a DUI, oh, I'm in big trouble for 10 years. Insurance to the roof, probably won't even have a trucking job. Pretty much insurance is going to be the biggest thing through the roof. So you really got to watch don't drink and drive. Just use an Uber if you're going to go celebrate New Year's. Don't drink and drive, pretty much. But for these guys, they just come back in a different name. No record, no vet, no 10-year driving record. You got a DUI last week. What's your name? Oh, I don't want to give it. That's the problem that is right there. Kevin here, what's up, brother? Please keep me in your prayers. Sorry about that, Mr. 6'5". Man, I'm sorry about that. My best friend, I couldn't imagine losing one of my best buddies. I only have a couple in this world, but I always feel connected with him. I can not talk to my buddy Keegan in California for half a year, and he can fly out here and pick up like just good old times. Sit on the dock, go to the lake, go to a place and watch some sports, and we're just brothers. You just have that connection with some people. Same thing with Taze. I like talking to Taze all the time though, because we both send each other the dumbest stuff on like Facebook Reels or Instagram, just dumb stuff we think is hilarious, or car stuff. He likes OBS Fords, like the 97 diesel he has, this International 7.3 with a turbo. That's his bread and butter. He loves those old square body. And I'm a Dodge guy, of course. I like Chevys, but I don't like the Duramax as much, just because that's hard to work on. If the Chevy had the Cummins or inline six, or if Isuzu made an inline six, but I like the Cummins just because it's easy to work on. But and the Dodge looked pretty cool. The Ram was really cool for a while. Having a manual is the best way to get your vehicle stolen and not get stolen. Yes. Going to Tennessee, wanted to go National Tow Museum. That'd be cool. Adam, thanks, man. We were as close as, I'm sorry about that, 6'5". That's it, man. That's like if I lost one of my probably 3 or 4 best buddies in this world that I've met across my years of being here. So, and I wish I would have went. Some people are blessed. Like I hope my kids have this, where you're going through elementary school all the way through high school with the same group of people. So you're going to make more friends because you have more time to get to know them. I had 3 different elementary schools, and then I had a junior high for 7th grade, and then I moved to my dad in San Francisco, had a different junior high for 8th grade. Then I had a different junior high for 9th grade, which junior high was 9th grade where I lived. But you would like be able to play high school sports, but it was like kind of down the street. And then on 10th, 11th, 12th, what kind of cars are those? There's 2 trailers consecutively running. Looks like a McLaren. It has like an outline. It's a red trailer with black and a white outline of like a McLaren, and they're both going. So I don't know what car that is. If you know what those trailers are, they're just, I can see 85 right here. It's right in front of me. But either way, I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah. What's up, guys? What's up, John Bacca? Sorry for buddy scaring you the other day. So he commented, like, once you put the camera back and there was buddy next to you, I was like, whoa, who's in the truck with you? Absolutely obsessed with talking. No, I don't know what that is, Fabo, but if we don't talk about anything negative on here, so please don't bring up anything. If you do, I'll have to get rid of you, man.
I'm back in with you, Travis.
Somebody's probably got a pilot car talking back and forth to each other. Have you done your drone exam? No, that's the biggest thing, man. I don't have the time for it. I'll sit down and I'll get to it, and then I'll get to the airspace charts, and school is all about memorization. If you don't sit down there and do it, I don't have a good week and a half to sit there and study, take the test, and then the way I take tests is I'll remember the ones that I don't remember.
Burgundy Dodge, I'm back in Warren for your rent right there.
Your rent right there. My mind will remember. I hate not knowing things or not remembering them, so when I know I don't remember it, then I'll remember it, and then if I take the test over again, I'll ace it. But I have to be able to do that. I don't have the time. So, but I really wish talking about just YouTube in general. If you do have a monetized channel, even if you're 1,000 subs and making $12 a month, the FAA can come after you. And the unfortunate thing about some of the bad parts of YouTube is somebody had decided to go ahead and make our life harder, which people try to do that. And they called the FAA on me in South Carolina because my channel's monetized. Way to get around it is like hire somebody that has a 107 or get your own 107. I already paid for the course. It's lifetime. I can take it, but I do miss the drone shots. But if somebody wants to ruin it for all of us, unfortunately, that's the way some people work, and that's life. But it's not going to mess up us. We're still going to have a great day. And what is all this stuff on my screen? Get off my screen. There you go. Good morning, Jeff. But yeah, somebody called. So I had the South Carolina Columbia FAA guy. His name is Jason. He emailed me, then he called me. He's like, hey, your channel's monetized. You can't fly drone without a Part 107. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to make money off it. Just giving my viewers like an outlook of where the truck's at and like a cool like landscape. He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Because like it makes more sense. This is my argument with him. It's like, okay, if I'm making money off it, if I'm surveying real estate or surveying water towers or communication towers, something like that, then I can understand it. Or if my only emphasis of the channel is drone footage, like different landscapes, I understand that. But it was just a cool extra part of our channel where we could show the truck like rolling shot, something like that. But we had a good time, good run with it. You can watch some old videos and see them. But for now, unless I get after Christmas, it really dies for work. Maybe I'll have the time to do it then. Maybe I'll get my part 107 then. Load board's doing better. That's actually what I have my old 16 Pro Max here, so I actually hooked it to the iPad so I can look for loads. I was going to do that with you guys. See what we got going on today. I'm getting old DAT load board. What's up, Truckin' 609? Tim, how you doing, bud? Tim Livins. What's up, Leland? Truck driver 981. That was that guy who loves you so much. Yeah, I don't know. There was a bunch of people. There was people that were like in a drone community, and they would comment sometimes like, "Hey, you can't be flying your drone this close to this different." I'm like, the biggest thing, another part of it that is kind of crazy is these new drones. Like I have the new Mavic 3. It has parameters where it won't even let you do anything illegal. You cannot go anywhere close to bad airspace. You can't even get like 10 yards from anything around. Like it's really safe now, but nope. So maybe if the laws change, I'll reach out back to that guy. I have his phone number. Like, hey man, are we allowed to use our drone now? Can we? If it's not primarily the focus of our channel, it's just drone footage and we're not surveying real estate, can we throw it up every now and then when we're rolling through? But if you do have a channel and you're using your drone, be careful. Someone will call the FAA on you, and then I don't know what the consequences would have been. Fines probably. Or something. I was just like, hey man, I'll stop using it. I'll go get my 107. So I was all about getting my 107 license, which is almost the same as a pilot license. Pretty much the same beginning courses as you're getting your permit for being a pilot. And understanding all the Alpha, Delta, Charlie airspaces and the different elevations and how to read them on a chart. That's the stuff that's kind of crazy, is the reading on the chart. And the way the guy that in my course kind of teaches you, I understand he gets it really well, but I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, can you just show me where Charlie airspace is compared to Delta? Like, don't tell me, oh, you see right here? I'm like, I don't see right there. Don't see at all what you're talking about. Katie's doing great. She's a little sick still, but she's getting better. First coffee, always the best. Take it easy. I got to get ready. There you go, Jesse. You guys have fun. Just pulled in the parking lot. There you go, smoking the tires. I apologize for Buddy flying his drone. And that's what I was going to say. I was like, what if I talked to the guys, I had all the different scenarios. He was pretty much like, no, you can't fly your drone. It's like, what if I had somebody that I hire with a 107? He's like, they'd have to be with you at all time, and I need to see their certificates. And all. I'm like, I'm just saying there's ways that you probably could get around it, but I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with any kind of red tape or any kind of problem with our channel or my kids having a good life. And I wish that some people that were discontent in this world would understand it. Like, the main reason for me doing this channel or trucking or anything in my life is for my children to have a better life than I had. That's my biggest thing for doing this. This is not a self-gratification thing. It's a lot of hard work. I'm sitting here live with you guys, which I like talking to you guys, but I mean, people think that this is like, I don't know, they think it's like a fun thing. It is fun. It's great having you guys as people to hang out with, but it's a job. It's a job too. But when people make your life harder, it's like, I understand they can't do it or they don't have it with the following you have sometimes. So maybe they're discontent with that, and so they want you not to have anything. That's just the way of the world. And it's a sucky part of it. But I understand why some people are so discontent and just unhappy. But hey, we don't have any drone because of that, and that's fine. Fly, don't you get an FAA air radio so that you can call out your location? You don't need to call your location out the airplanes. There's certain places that you just can't fly in their airspace. You're supposed to be observant and looking, especially if it's a helicopter or something. You have to have, so a lot of these Part 107s will have a pilot and then a second in command. What's the name of the person? This is all stuff you have to know also. You have to have someone else that's like a spotter and you're the pilot. So that kind of stuff, that's like when you're surveying real estate or you're around heavily airspace places. So that kind of stuff. Getting a pilot's license, flying smaller planes, was so fun, well worth it. I don't want to fly small planes. I've seen way too many people die, but I have flown a small plane. I've flown a 4-seat little Cessna. I flew it. It was my buddy had his license. A good friend of mine in Arizona, and he took it up to Lake Powell. And we went on his houseboat for a week. I brought my wakeboard boat up there, and he flew in, and then when he was leaving out, he's like, "Hey, you guys want to fly out real quick?" And we played Rochambeau because there was 3 of us. Rochambeau for front seat to fly, and I won. So I was sitting up front in the pilot seat, and he's like, "All right, take it over, and you get your feet down there and get your yoke." And I did a nice big bank and turned around the whole thing, and then went up and then dove down. And said, "All right, I'm done, man." That was fun, but it was really cool to fly a plane, a little small plane like that, over Lake Powell. Observer, yeah, but something else, like it's a different name. I don't think it's Observer, but too much to lose to get caught without that light. Yeah, it's not worth. I mean, it's just I don't even know what the fine would be or what it would be worth, and like pretty much want to ask them, like, "Hey man, can I just fly? And what do you got? What are you gonna fine me every 6 months or every year?" Because I don't care about paying for $200 or $300 fine a year or whatever it is. Probably more than that. If I can still use the drone, because I liked it. I thought it was cool. I liked being able to see where I was, because not only you guys seen it, but I could see it. I'd be like, "Oh, there's a huge lake behind me, or there's a big zoo or something cool out there, or there's a cliff that falls down." I like seeing where I was at, but it's all good. We still have the drone sitting right up there. It's probably dead. Hasn't been charged forever. What's up, Stephen Mims? DC in the house. Where are you at? I'm right 21 miles from the house. I'm in Piedmont. I can see 85 right there. And we're dropping off a bunch of boxes. But they're probably going to lunch soon. It's 11:53, so I'm probably not getting to me till after lunch. So I'm hanging out with you guys. Oh, I won't fly until the FAA does something about the plane crashes. Yeah. Plane crashes, I think a lot of user error too. I don't know. Like I saw a guy that was ex-Navy veteran. He was flying with his instructor, and they like put it into a lake, and right before Thanksgiving, you're gone, man. Family and a couple kids, 3 kids, I think. How's the weather there? It was cold. It says it is. Get the dust off there. Oh, it says it's 53, but that's probably wrong. It's probably still picking up the engine heat. I got a small leak on my lower radiator hose too. It drives me crazy because I have to put coolant in like once a month, a little like half gallon. But I just need to buy a better clamp, because every time I try and tighten the clamp, it'll skip sometimes. So I put 2 on there, but the big clamps too, because this is the lower radiator hose. So I need to buy some of those nice clamps that like you have actual bolt head on the side and it goes in, and it's just like the intake clamps or the boost clamps for your hoses, for your charge pipes. Need some of those clamps, because I got 2 of them on there, and also I had the same kind of leak coming off that weird hose that goes right by your frame rail that connects down, and it has like 3 different connections. The one that was straight up and down, that one was leaking too, so I put 2 clamps on that one. But the clamps, and these are nice clamps too. They just if I guess I'm going too tight, and it skips, and once it skips, it doesn't hold the same. So got to keep going. Easily eating lunch. There you go. Heck yeah, Nate. You're right up. You're 15, 20 miles that way from me. Videos got me through the day here at work. I'm glad, Techie. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. Try to put them out when I have good content. I'm not burnt out on it. Like over Thanksgiving, I was like, I'll throw a couple clips here and there. And most of those clips, if you ever noticed that the clips are zoomed in too much, it's because maybe it was an up and down that I was using for our own social media for like memories for the family. Because I always post clips for us to have, and one actually just popped up on my whatever memories from 8 years ago, when Cash was just a little 1-year-old, and a little 1.5-year-old, and Kason was barely walking. So Kason must have been like almost 1. Cash is 2 something, or almost 1 and 2. Because we took them both out there, and Kason was barely walking to me, and then we went to this little airplane park over here. There's a small private airport over here, the Greenville Airport, not the GSP, but the smaller one. And they have like a little playground there with like runways and little bikes and all these little airplanes and stuff. So it was cool to see them from 8 years ago. But I post a lot of that stuff, and if I want to use that footage for these videos, it's an up and down, and I have to like zoom in on the best part of it, and so you can't see everything, but whatever. Widescreen's better, because a lot of you guys watch these YouTube videos. I watch YouTube videos on a TV. Well, I'll lock that thing up. All right, man. Thanks a lot. I thought you guys might be going to lunch. Oh, nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's got a little diet, little free-flowing exhaust. Take care, man. Thank you. That's awesome. He's like, your truck sounds good. I heard you pulling in. Thanks, man. So they actually just got back from lunch. They take an early lunch. That's good, buddy. It's real good. It's kind of crazy because I'm watching the screen up here, and now I can just watch myself get back in the truck because it's like delayed. Oh, yeah. I drive the East Coast now on American Truck Simulator. There you go. 6 inches of snow. Yeah, I don't go up north. And that's another thing. Down here is going to get a little bit saturated with trucks because a lot of guys that don't want to run the snow, like if you own your own equipment and this is your own truck and your own trailer, you don't want to be running that I-80. No way. Especially with how fast some of those guys are going, and any kind of little mess up and there goes your whole asset and everything you have, you know. I'm outside of Louisville waiting 4 hours now for unload. Telling you, man. Like, it's better when you know, but sometimes you get to a place and you're like, okay, it's going to be a good, like, up and up place, and you're still there for like 4 to 6 hours. You're like, But US Foods, I just know. And you have to, and you also know you can't just like go to sleep because you have to go keep checking on them. Like, hey, did you forget about the 19 other trucks that are out here? I'm one of them. The student was like, oh, you're in a door? I'm like, no, I haven't even got a phone call. Like, come on. Well, that's trucking. Hope all's good. Oh, yeah, there you go, Techie. Now you about to run the house saying, oh, yeah, it's just something I say. I don't know why, but that's just like, what does Matthew McConaughey say? I think he says, oh, yeah, too. But, could take a break from dropping vids. Yeah, I went hard for 4 years and making it like at least 4 or 5 videos a week. But we had a lot more content too. I was running all the time. So I was like, man, if I'm already driving the truck, it's pretty easy to make content because there's something always happening. I'm always picking something up, dropping something off. And then during that time, there was a lot of like drama and stuff, and not in drama in trucking, but like drama with like a pickup or a delivery, that kind of stuff, which I guess is drama in trucking, but there's always something happening. So I-10 drivers. Yeah, I-10. I mean, I haven't ran across Texas forever. The last time I ran all the way across Texas, I ran to Houston in a flatbed when I was running fresh out of CDL school. I was running with my buddy's company for hardwood flooring flatbed. I ran to Houston like 3 times, there and back. There's another one of those $2,500 a week after all expenses. I don't believe that. But that's the furthest I've gone out that way past Louisiana. But with my brother, I ran I-10 when I moved him. I think it was from Virginia back to Arizona. That's the last time I've ran that's such a long stretch. Like, you get to that little fork where 20 and 10 meets, and you're like, oh, we're somewhere, and you're still in the middle of nowhere. And the speed limit's 110 miles an hour. That's like 80 miles an hour. What's up, Cody Project? How you doing? My brother's a trucker. Thanks for all the content. Heck yeah, the lake effect. You must live up there in the Michigan, Wisconsin area, I guess. I don't know where that lake's at all. I know it's Lake Michigan, right? But I'm not familiar with that whole area up there. I've never lived up there, been up there much. I just don't like the cold. I mean, I'm upset with 40-degree weather down here. I mean, I like it, but it's almost, I like the 45 and above. T-dubs is miserable. That's why she's 6. So like, it got cold quick. Thanksgiving was like 67 degrees. And then the next day, it was like 30, 38 or something. I was like, man. It's hard to stay in business with your own authority. It is. I've just been lucky and blessed. I came in right at a perfect time in 18. I did blow my motor, but we were making such good money that I had the money saved. It cost me like $13,800 for all the parts, and then I rebuilt it myself. So I saved all the labor. And I was only down 6.5 days because I did it myself. So a lot of people, they go out of business because either they don't want to work on their own engine or they don't have the know-how. I was blessed to have a company down there in South Atlanta that gave me all the torque specs and gave me like the next project to do, but I would do it all myself. And just how to do it. That was the biggest thing, like how to get a crankshaft bearing, because there's 2 bearings on a crankshaft lobe, or not even a lobe, a mounting point. And the top one, you have to, like, some people put a screw in the hole in it and push it back through, or you just can't scratch that. Can't scratch that smooth crankshaft surface. So all those little tricks, and like covering the blade of a flathead screwdriver and then pushing it out and pulling it nice and easy. All those little, don't scratch this, don't do that, don't let oil get in here, block off all these oil passages, block off all these coolant passages, and then getting your whole cylinders decked out, or honed out, not honed out, but like what's it called, cut. So they cut a brand new piece that the new liner sits on, and then you put some shims in there. It was all that stuff. Just knowing how to do that was awesome. And then now also their tools, the tool to pull out the old liners, you'd have to like buy that if you're doing it yourself, or I guess find some other way to get it out. All right, there you go. All right, that's what they say. That's what Matthew Buchanan says. Time to get a driver. No, I haven't got a driver in 7 years. I could have got a driver the first couple of years, but I just don't trust anybody. I mean, people are people, you know. Some people have bad days, good days, and it's your numbers. The two stroke, because I've thought about that. Like, hey, maybe go buy a 12.7 Coronado with the 13 speed, because those are like 25,000 right now. You can get one that's like nice. People just want to get out of the industry and put people in it, or put someone in Betty. Put someone in that. That would be an awesome truck. You put an APU on that cab over. That might be something I run for like 6 months just for content. But this truck's just the Cadillac comfortable. I can't get past the football field back here of doing jumping jacks. How big this sleeper is, and bring my kids in here. I bring T-dubs and all of them when I want to go to the beach or something. Another thing about this, I always have airbag problems on my cab and blow them out when I bring everybody. When I bring all my kids and T-dubs, because I guess a lot more weight in here and it's bouncy and all their luggage. But I haven't had one problem since I switched to the other bag. So if you ever watch my old videos of airbag blowing on my cab, there's 2 of them, one on each side. Buy the ones you can see they're significantly shorter. The Kenworth ones are like that long. These ones are like this long. So when they compress and they bow out, it's not bowing out as much as the other one, and that's what it's rubbing on the dang shock bolts. It's crazy. All right. Are you a trained mechanic? I am not, but I've always had a interest in it. So I've always done little things here and there and wanted to learn. How's the W9? W9 is doing good. It's doing awesome. I did have a wheel seal on this side to drive, the front one, go on me a little bit. Just got loose, and so it's starting to spit grease or oil, and I tightened it back up, but I think what I need to do is pull it back out, and that there's like a little tiny felt gasket on there that goes through all those holes. I need to replace that, but I just tightened it and it stopped, but it's dirty, so I need to clean it off. But other than that, everything's good. I got a coolant hose leaking, a lower radiator, it's just the stupid clamps, it's not getting tight enough. And other than that, she is good. Also, it's I don't know if it's my fuel gauges. I replaced my sending units that indicate how much fuel you have. I must have a ground somewhere wrong. I pulled apart all the connectors and looked at them. They had a little bit of corrosion, cleaned them out, put them back in. But they're just intermittent. Sometimes they'll read, when they're full, they'll always read perfect. When they start getting halfway, they start to freak out sometimes and stay where they're supposed to be when you get past a quarter. Sometimes they don't work at all. Sometimes they're dang pogo sticks everywhere. Lights look sick of the truck at night around speakers. Thanks a lot, Techie Road. Moved here from Illinois. It's pretty cool too. If you look at the front of my Ram, it has the red lights on the bumper, then it has the white lights, then it has the headlights, then it has those red lights in the back of the. If you're looking at the truck, you can see the red lights, and then you have the white lights. So it's pretty cool. It's like red, white, red, white. You were down the street the other day delivering in Cargill in Gainesville. There you go, Kevin Hurley. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad place to drop right there. Cadillac comfy. This truck is very comfortable, yes. The Volvo was comfortable too. The Volvo, one thing I hate about the W9 is if you're a bigger person, like a wider person, the point between the seats is this big. The Volvo is this big. So these new trucks, you have like a whole, I mean, I guess a lot of people take off the passenger seat, but the boys like riding shotgun with me, and so does T-Dubs when we're cruising sometimes. So I keep the seat in here. Plus, I like the headrest and paid a lot of money for it to be all that done. But yeah, it's a sweet ride for sure. Thank you. If you got another driver, you have to worry about them. That's it, Tim. It's just wrecking the equipment or the equipment breaking down. Like I had my drive shaft break a U-joint on it over here coming out of Atlanta back home. And people will call a wrecker. 99% of the time, I guarantee people call a wrecker. I took the drive shaft out, the carrier bearing out on the side of the road with the tools I had in the truck, and I Ubered the drive shaft to a drive shaft shop with U-joints. I had to put new U-joints in it. By that time, T-Dubs had driven all the way from about 140 miles from Greenville back to me with our Tundra, a little 2006 one I bought after I started my authority. Bought that thing for like $4,000. Love that truck. Should have kept that truck. Anyways, put it back in that. She came back with me, and I was holding it up while she put the bolts in the carrier bearing, and we got it all mounted back up, and I made my delivery. So that's the kind of stuff that, unless you find someone like that, but a person like that probably is going to have their own numbers and company. A lot of guys, if you're going to make it as an owner or operator with your own authority, you have to be able to problem solve and be able to fix stuff on the side of the road. Just a lot of guys have a blinker go out, or an airline come loose somewhere, or a brake chamber have an airline go. You can just zip tie that thing back and disconnect it and get going, get to where you need to be, and go buy another brake chamber. But some people, oh, that's it, shut it down the side of the road, wait for the wrecker, and then that's a $2,000 bill maybe, depending on where you're going. Plus you're losing time getting that load delivered. So you really have to just be a MacGyver kind of guy. You've got to be like on the spot fixing things. Hopefully, if you have to get stuff fixed by the people, then you're not going to make it. Can I get a shout out to my channel? Train CNDR. Is that the name of your channel? Train CNDR. What's that mean? Train CNDR 1? Is that like a train conductor? Train conductor? Okay, train conductor 1, but he said CNDR instead. A little Sprinter van ripping through here. A little Ram 1500. Yes, you can, but oh boy, carefully you don't run out of fuel. Yeah, so I have a checking point. I always look inside the tanks just to make sure when it starts getting past half. If I'm trying to get it back to South Carolina to refuel, I will check. So, and also sometimes depending on where my truck's been sitting at night sleeping, it won't level the tank straight. It'll level the APU one more, or if the APU's running all night, it'll pull more fuel. And we'll put it on that tank. And this tank has like 20 gallons. I'm like, got 80 gallons in that one. I'm like, dang it. Then wait for it to even back out. Speaker pods, my new semi. There you go, Kevin. Those speakers are ear piercing loud. I can't go full. You can go full blast them, but you can't like hear anything else. Your ears are getting pushed to limits on that stuff. Keep between the ditches. Thanks a lot, Lake Effect. So what's going on with the two cab overs? They just trainer. They just the Betty one. The other one's for sale. I need to renew my. I didn't even look on Facebook yet. The thing about the being a YouTuber also is when you try to sell something, a lot of people just want to like go talk to you or like hang out with you. Maybe they have a tiny bit of interest in the truck, but it's selling for what it's selling for, and they don't even offer price. They just want to like meet you and come talk to you or pick your brain about trucking. And I kind of weed those people out, and so I let them know like, hey, if this is the truck, if you want a project and this is what you want is a stretched K100, then we'll talk. But if you just want to kick the tires and go look at it, I'll let you go look at it, but I'm not meeting you over there. I'm not taking time out of wherever runs I'm doing just to go hang out and talk trucks with you. It's not, I'm sorry, but that's not what, a lot of people have their time is allocated for different people, and mine's allocated mostly to my family. And I love you guys, and I'll hang out with you on live or make videos, but just coming to meet me at my truck, just don't waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. If you want a K100 stretched, there's one right there. Perfect. Not perfect, but a great canvas for somebody that wants to make a heck of a show truck, but I'm not putting the money and time into it. But Betty, the little 12.7 Freightliner, I want to do stacks on it. I want to come off and do 2 nice stacks, and I have to have the flapper things. I want to do like a miter cut angled stack with a flapper. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I just like the flapper things because when I was a kid, I never sat in a semi truck till I went to CDL school. I remember going like down to 405 or 55 freeway in Anaheim, California, or Garden Grove-ish area, and I would we'd be stuck in traffic, and I'd see a truck with a little thing on the top flapping. I'm like, that's cool. I had no idea how they worked, what kind of motors they had in them. Thought they were probably gasoline. I didn't even know what diesel was back then. But yeah, that's why I like this flapper, because it reminds me as a kid sitting in the back of my mom's car in traffic, thinking like, what is that? Conductor I go by on here, but my name is Matthew. Well, thanks, Matthew. There's his channel. What is it? $150 part will cost you $2,000 in tow. Exactly. You can put the brake chamber in yourself and just cut it off. It's just, if people understood but a lot of people aren't mechanical. That's the thing. You can try to explain to them. It's not that rocket science for how these trucks work. Big inline 6 motor and an air compressor and an alternator, and that's how it goes. But or even like your fan clutch. My fan clutch went off I-80 in the Volvo, and I just rode it out, and the fan just stayed on. And then I took the shroud off, took the fan off, and replaced it, and it was like $320. But if you hear that and you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with the truck? And you shut it down, you're missing that load, and you're just towing yourself. And one time I was going up to Knoxville, 40, quick release valve. When you pull your valve for your tractor to set the brakes, just started leaking its butt off, just dropping my air pressure. I'm like, man. So luckily I stopped. It was the grace of God that I stopped right on the first off ramp that I came to. Pulled over aside, figured out what it was, jumped out of the truck. The biggest thing about it is like jumping out of the truck and trying to figure out where the sound's coming from before you lose all your air. So then you know where the problem is. And I was like, okay, it's right here. Put my hand under there. I'm like, okay. So the little rubber thing on the bottom, that's a little diaphragm, probably just gave out or deteriorated or whatever. Luckily, right across the street was a Freightliner dealership. I took it off right there. Has 4 big hoses that spin. One main hose that goes to it. And I walked it across. I walked under the underpass, walked up the other side, went to the Freightliner, said, could you have these in stock? He said, yep, 80-something bucks. And I grabbed it, put it back in, and we kept rolling. So that's the kind of stuff that I've done, which doesn't make me any different than anybody else, but you have to do that kind of stuff if you run your own truck, because little stuff like that breaks, and you don't fix it, then you're just killing your bottom line, killing your overhead. What would you rather pay, Techie the 150 or 2,000 tow bill? Exactly. Exact stuff. Thanks a lot, man. Candy money for Buddy. With some syrup on some spaghetti. I was telling D-Dubs the other day, like, that movie is classic. It's a great Christmas movie, but sometimes it's a little bit long in parts. The love story part of it and all that. Like, but there's a lot of funny parts. Like he goes to the Santa in the mall, like pulls his beard. You're an imposter. If you come back to Brevard, they've made unmuffled Jake breaking illegal. Oh man, definitely don't bring that Betty truck up there. This truck's, you could hear it, but it's not obnoxiously. But a 12.7 or a 14-liter Detroit, you take those Jakes on full third stage with a non-muffled exhaust, and you are waking up the neighborhood. Those trucks, even that little Betty Freightliner I have, if I just floor it a little bit on 2,000 RPMs and let it off, oh, they are so loud. And some of the guys that have those trucks, they make it known that they have that 12.7 or 14-liter. They love playing with their Jakes, but I could imagine it could be obnoxious if you have a 7-month-old at home or a 3-month-old or whatever, or a wife that works graveyard or whatever, and you're hitting those brakes and waking people up because they're loud. Your YouTube channel, there you go. It's the same as your name, so it's the same thing. Train CNDR1. There you go. What's one thing you miss about the Volvo turning radius? If the Volvo turning radius is on a W9 and I had the space between the seats, because I used to do like push-ups, I would get my arms on the armrests, put my feet on the bed, and I would just do push-ups in the Volvo. I had a preacher bar right there behind the seats because there was enough room. But yeah, there's just a lot more room. But this truck has so much room from that back bed, especially if I put the bed up to a couch. You could have 4 people back there standing talking to each other, no problem. Like, just lots of rooms. That's awesome. But yeah, the Volvo was just turning radius was awesome. And the ease of the hood opening also. You just pulled the latch and you just pulled the hood. Didn't have to take both the things off. It would just release, and then you could pull the hood open real easy. Mike, the truck nut got smoky running and drive. I don't know what that is, but is that like another cab over? Smokey's a cab over, I guess, or is that a Peterbilt? Howdy, boss man. Love the channel. Merry Christmas. You too. Flattened gravy. Flattened gravy. I love the way some of the names you guys come up with is like, who thinks of these stuff? Like somebody, what was one name? Plays in Traffic or something like that. I was like, who thinks of these names? You guys are very innovative with your names. But yeah, Brevard, I think, is Brevard where they have the train? Where you guys have the little Polar Express? That was fun. The train goes just like one way down the tracks, goes to like a little winter wonderland, Santa's and a bunch of lights. And then they come back and they give you like hot cocoa and really cool for the kids, but I think they're getting older. Kylan's almost out of the magic stage. Kaysen and Cash both are like, we know, Dad. I'm like, how do you guys know already? How do you know if Santa's real or not? But Kylan still thinks, and Kaysen, they both still think that the elf on the shelf guy, they think he still has magic powers. So we're sticking with that. Whatever happened to the shed? Shed's doing fine. Sitting back there, cleaned up all that rotted deck behind it, but I'm just getting the 220 power out there. There's 110 power right now. It needs 220, and also my building permits for my property line. That's going to be a little headache because the neighbor next to us, she's like a frenemy. She's all nice, but she just sits at home all day, doesn't have a job, and like any little sits out. I think she's just staring out windows all day as a Karen, and like anything we do wrong is like when I was starting to make that little area back there for us to have like because we used to have a bunch of kudzu and small trees that you couldn't even see out the backyard, and I wanted to make that somewhere we can go to the park. She was like calling the city on us. They're cutting down trees. I'm not cutting down trees. I'm just clearing some kudzu and shrubs. So yeah, we have a frenemy neighbor right next to us. She's like nice to your face, but like calls on everything. So gotta be careful with her. And that shed is right next to her little fence. So if I even move it closer or go past the proper line, the city will be out there the next day or that same day. Smokey's a K100 just like yours. Sweet. How cheap VNLs are right now. I saw a VNL for like $2,200. It was a 06. He said it used to run, but now he tried to go fire it up and it doesn't run. So fuel might be clogged up, especially how cold it is right here. But it was a Cummins too. But yeah, that's really got to be careful with the Cummins or any truck, because you never know when you're going to need that rebuild. So you buy it for $5,000 and then you got to spend 25 to get that motor redone. The silent mayor. I have a neighbor like that. Yep. And T-Dub's like super nice. Or T-Dub's had gone over there, like had dinner with her, or like had little girl night things, stuff and all that. But T-Dub's always comes back and she's like, there's just something off about her. I'm like, yeah. She just stays at home all day, doesn't have a job. Some people I don't understand. Like, there's a couple neighbors of ours like that around our. I don't know if their parents bought their house for them, or they got divorced and kept the house or something. I don't know. Don't go that much into it, but they don't ever work. They don't have a job. It's not, and they don't work from home. We've talked to them. It's like, oh, dude, just don't have a job. I'm like, all right. How do you pay your property taxes or anything? Is your house paid off? I don't know. Not my business. Do you not have any way to hook up a code reader? Yeah, that's what your ELD runs off of. It's a different kind of thing. It's a circle. It's not like this rectangle one your car has. But I think it's 99 or 93. You guys know the year that they came out with it, but every truck has it from that year on. And it's either a smaller one, like the Detroit has a tinier one. My truck has a bigger one. But my Betty, I think Betty has my cab over my Betty's a 93, so I think it does have that OBD right down underneath there, because that's right where the key goes. You know, I always see it because you're standing on the ground always to start that truck, unless you want to jump up there every time. It's what happens when people don't have much land. Yeah, that's right. And so, if I was going to do the grills again, it's going to be Taze's shop. I'll help Taze get his concrete poured, and he's got 3-phase right above where he's putting his shop, so he's got plenty of power. We'll do that, and we'll build a little powder coating area in the corner, and cut stuff out of metal, because there's endless opportunities if you have a plasma table. A laser would be real nice, but those are still like $50,000-$60,000 just for the machine. Plasma cutters are not expensive at all. You can actually make your own plasma table, and Taze has the mindset to do that if he really wanted to. He used to program like CNC machines and stuff. That's what he went to school for, like mechatronics and stuff. Taze has that mind. But yeah, the code reader thing, that's every truck newer has that. Stop casting happy holidays. I hope everybody's feeling good, I hope everybody's getting big on your side. There you go, Daniel. Yep. Let the Jake break rattle, brother. Oh man, just an early Merry Christmas to you too, R.S. Persony. And the family, and safe travels. God bless you too. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I was supposed to get on the load board. Just keep talking to you guys. 12 o'clock. It's about 12:20 here on the East Coast, or southeast. We're just out now, starting to get unloaded, which is awesome. They said I'm their last truck of the day. It's crazy because the font on this phone, I don't know that phone, the new phone. You guys are on it. I should probably plug you guys in so I don't lose you. Look at that. We just thought about that. Because I like talking to you guys and hanging out. I don't know, the font setting's different. I got to change on this one because there's way more. My eyes aren't that bad. Like close, I can see everything. My eyes aren't really that bad. It's just like when it pops up on the screen, it's way over there. But I need to make the font smaller because this one, it has more loads on the screen. This one has like 4. I run Jake Break all the time. American Truck Simulator. There you go. Forgot about his shop. Yeah, it's just. And that's going to be more of, I think, when I'm older and retired, I can make those for fun. I mean, of course, it pays decent money too, but you can make them for fun and like hopefully be part of my channel where I can keep content going and what I'm making for somebody or what I'm doing or anything like that, or whatever Taze and I are messing with. But yeah, that'll be like, I don't know how long I can drive till I'm 65, drive with T-Dubs with me, but the boys are my main focus right now. They're coming into the next stage of life. Cash will be 1 more year of elementary school because 6th grade is the junior high for where we live. So last year is next year for him to be in that same school. He's going to go off on his own, and then Case will be 1 year behind him, and then Kylan will run elementary for 2 more years. They'll all be in high school together, but those years are coming quick, and like a lot of you guys say that have been parents or have small children, these are the best times in my life right now with them. So that's why I try to go home as much as I can, because I want to be in their life, give them those memories, you know. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Injection, how you doing? You're making front font smaller. Need mine bigger. Yep. I'll run a truck auction for a diesel mechanic on Friday. I'm going to look around and see if it's going. Yeah, I mean there's plenty of trucks out here still because the market really hasn't flipped yet. And I think a lot of these drivers that have bought in trucks are now selling them because they can't drive anymore. So it's even better deals. Probably get something that's been rebuilt already, like a 12.7 that's already been rebuilt, in a nice classic or a Coronado or what, a FLD even with a nice big sleeper. Because a classic I think has an 84-inch sleeper. That's the biggest one they make. This is 86 inch. It's only 2 inches bigger. But this is, you can definitely feel how big this sleeper is. But I don't think I've ever, I think I've been in, I don't know if I've ever been in a classic, like in the back of a classic. I've been in like a T660. That was the truck we, the CDL stuff in. I've been in a Mack, was one of our CDL trucks that were like our school trucks. I've been in Peterbilt's. Peterbilt's just a little lower ceiling, a little lower roof than this one. This one, I'm 6'5", so it's, I can't even come close to touching the top of this one because it's way up there. And same thing with the Betty, the cab over, has these two little spots. That's what I always wanted. The K100 has the same thing, but it's a little bit smaller. Right behind the seats, there's actually a little area where you can stand up, put your pants on, because a lot of the cab overs, there's nothing behind the seats. The seats are right against the bed, and I guess you're standing on a doghouse if you have enough room, or just laying sideways and put your pants on in the morning, or your shorts, or whatever you're wearing, or your shoes. But I would definitely probably take the passenger seat out of Betty if I run it, because that would just give it an easier entry point if the boys came with me, plus a little more room over there, because that one has a really tall sleeper. You can really stand up in that one too, like this one. Double bunk. We now have Applebee's and IHOP. There you go. IHOP, what do you mean? You have next to each other in a strip mall, or did they just merge? That'd be kind of the crazy merger. You get some wings and some pancakes. My youngest son had a baby girl 8 months ago. Yeah, see, that's crazy. I know that's going to be a fun stage too, but I kind of want to, after they're done with their high school and hopefully they spend a good 4 or 6 years finding themselves and finding what career they want to do, before they get married and have a kid right away, because your life changes when you have kids. I was 34 when I had Cash, my first one. 35 I was actually, because I started when I was 34. He was born in 2015. Anyways, it changes your life. Just your different track. You have not that much responsibility but yourself. Then you have a lot of responsibility. It really changes how your mind thinks of what you are going to do, because now you got all these people relying on you. You just be you. And then, yeah. So it's those new Mack trucks look freaking awesome. I like them. The Anthems. Yep. I don't know. I've never been in one. I don't know if they're the same size as like the VNLs. But like the VNL, like I guess it's the 880 now, or the 880 is the newer, or 860. It looks, just from outside, it looks massive. And I can imagine how like nice it is inside. I probably should go inside of them more at the truck shows and stuff. But I'm always looking at like the older stuff with the W9s or the Pete's that are all done up nice. Or the old cab overs like, what's his name? The guy that has the nice one that he just painted himself. Keegan. Keegan. He's cool. I like what I've seen him every year and seeing what he's done next. Old school trucks way better and cooler. Yeah. They're crinkly. This one did like this exhaust mount right here. I think it's just a shield. It's rattling every now and then when I go over a big bump. I tighten that down. Stuff like that. High school next year, yeah, it's crazy. I had a ProStar Eagle when I was down in Savannah. I think I've been in a ProStar. There's nice trucks too. It's just a little bit. You can tell it's like a little bit cheaper finish. The plastics and stuff just seem like a cheaper finish than a Pete or a Volvo, W9 kind of thing. When you have children, that's true. My little boy's 35. That's right. I don't want to. I wait, because Colin still has a little bit of his kid voice. Kaysen does too, but Cash is starting to get a deeper voice. But Colin's still like a little kid. You know, I love that. He's still 6. He'll be 7 years old coming in January. So I'm trying to eat it all in as much as I can. Take it all in. And that's why I do make a lot of videos for like Facebook and Instagram of the family, because it's just memories. Like that one popped up of Cash being 2 years old. I'm like, man, that's what you used to look like. Cash is watching it with me. He's like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yep, that was you at 2 years old, man. What other things do you have to know about having your own authority? IFTA is just a every quarter thing. So every 30 day or 90 days, so there's 4 quarters in a year. You just got to keep track of how many miles you ran each state and where you bought your fuel and how much fuel. So a lot of that's going to be, if you have a fuel card, that your fuel's taken care of, you know where you bought it all the time. So that's already taken care of for you. I know you get a report. But your mileage, your ELD keeps track of it for you, but also I have to keep track of it myself. I actually got audited. I had to pay like extra IRP. So IRP is supposed to calculate how many miles you think you're going to run. And they said, oh, you ran more than you thought by a little bit. So it was like a $300 something fine, like, or make it right, fine, whatever. So I was like, cool, man. But yeah, they audited, and after you get audited, you can't get audited again for 5 years. I'm like, okay, I've been in business for 7 years, but either way, IFTA is just that. So it's not a huge thing, but you have to keep track and keep doing it, or you can't. Otherwise, you won't be able to renew, and then you won't get the sticker. So that, and then IRP is like your registration for your car, international registration plan or rate plan, registration plan. So you do that once a year. Also, it's like $1,400 to $1,600 for this truck, depending on what region you run. I run the Southeast. If you run like the whole U.S., that's a little bit more. Or if you're doing like heavy haul or different kind of stuff, it changes it. But those are the two big things, and then insurance is your biggest thing. It depends on your own personal driving record, how long you've been in business. So right off the bat, when I came in, it was $18,600 and something for the year, just for insurance, and that was like a good rate. Nowadays, some people are getting quoted like in the high 20s for insurance or low 20s, and mine's about 9 right now. And it was the lowest I've ever had was like low 8s, almost $7,000. And that was like 2 years ago. But yeah, those are the big insurance. RP, if there's these little ones like MC150, Bach 3, and Bach 3 should be obsolete now because it's like a way to contact you, but nowadays there's so many technological advances. I don't think it was like back in the day when they needed to actually find out where you were or what your phone number was. But now it's not like that anymore. It's like it's easy. Everyone has an email or a phone number, and it's not like landline stuff. So I think that should go away, but you have to update that like every 2 years. And then MC150 is like how many miles you were going to run, and so it's all these little ones. And then UCR is just like $100 something bucks every year. But there's all these companies that will try to snake you. They will try to charge you $150 to do something you could do on your own for $10. So that's another thing that's just always somebody in the pocket of most people. But there's not. That's like 5 things I think that you really have to keep track of, and they'll let you know. They'll email you. SCDMV or the FMCSA will say, hey, this is coming up. And then a lot of it, like I think it's one of them, the UCR, the MC150 or something, I forget which one it is. It's the actual month that you started your authority is when it's due again. So mine was in July, so mine's always due in like July. So I forget which one that is. But T-Dubs does all my back office. She has all the emails and all the logins for FMCSA and all the logins for all the local SCDMV stuff. But yeah, IFTA's not that hard. People make it seem it's I wish we didn't even have it because it's just a tax. Everybody wants their own money for the roads you drove on. But it makes it easy these days with ELD and your fuel card. They keep track of that. And you just have to plug the numbers in and say, I drove this much in Florida, this much in Georgia. My broker buddy from C.H. Robinson just texted me. He wants me to run one of his loads tomorrow. It's really good. It's like 40 miles for $500, but I should be looking at loads. But I'm talking to you guys. How's your friend Bo doing with safety? He's doing great, Adam. He actually started a new venture. It's like a safety prevention thing with like a non-lethal spray that will, for different countries, there's a lot more theft and different kind of like ambushes on things. So he's got this like new contract plan for like military grade. So he's kind of he's kind of outsourced his safety auto prep to other people, but and they're actually getting rid of the drug custodian part of it. But yeah, he's doing that now. He's like taking trips to Saudi Arabia, selling it to them. It's crazy. I started off with twin at 35 and had 2. There you go. We love a Mack Granite tri-axle. I love that truck. There you go. Oh, whoops, what did I push wrong? Dang it. Boop, boop, there you go. Pushing all kinds of stuff. Got this truck. 11 years since I've only driven a freight ladder. 2 months. I'm climbing my first K-Dub. There you go. I heard the 6A is a heck of a truck, Kevin. I mean, that thing, I've seen people inside. It looks like it has like a well thought out plan. Paul Williams, what's going on from the UK? What starter truck would you, starter truck? Man, FLD or a classic with a 12.7. That's if you're mechanical. If you're going to go get a truck with a warranty, I think that the Detroit, the DD16 maybe is a little bit better reliability over time. It'll last you longer than the Cummins. But then again, if you get the Cummins breathing right, it lasts a long time too. So some of the Cummins or a Detroit. I would not get a PACCAR or Max Force. PACCAR is a great motor. It's actually designed after the Caterpillar kind of engineering, but it's made for European use, so the camshaft comes out the back of the motor. So you really, if you're going to blow a head or drop a valve or something like that, and you need to just do a head work, you got a lot more work to do than lifting the cab or pulling the whole motor out to get the camshaft has to come out for you to take the head off. So that's the only thing I see as a problem with the Packard. But if you got warranty on it and don't want to keep it for 1,000,000 miles, then go for it. But yeah, I started a truck, a ProStar, or I don't know. A Freightliner seems to be the most money efficient truck to start with, like a Freightliner Cascadia with a Detroit. That seems to be the truck of choice for not too much maintenance, you know. Big dog. My wife loves how Valdry Boys lives. Thank you. Take him to school. Yeah, be awesome, be kind. That's just like, you'll see if you watch today's video. When we were pulling in, it's a really tight road. I wish they would make it bigger or make a different entry point. They really could make an entry point on this side, come on through, and everyone exits out the other side, but everyone comes in one way and goes out the other way. So you're coming in this way, and right where that come in is when you come off the main road. The poor lady broke down. Her car just turned off on her. And I saw it. I had to get the boys to school because they can't be past 7:45. It was like 7:30. And I got them in there, and then I came back around. I parked on the side, and I went and said, like, what's going on? And the officer that directs traffic was helping a little bit, and the school, like, maintenance head was there. Anyways, watch the video, and it's nice to have knowledge of vehicles, because I saved that lady's day. She was about to tow her car, and I got her going, so. But it took me, I had to go home and get some stuff and come back. But watch the video and you'll see that we saved her day. We were angel for her, I guess, for that day. But yeah, thanks a lot for recognizing that we try to do the best for our kids. Do brokers and companies require a certain age of equipment? Yeah, they do. A lot of stuff they'll have, like food grade, can't be older than 10 years. So your trailer, they don't want it older than 10 years. Do they ever check that? No. I've had it checked like once or twice in 8 years. And it really just like asks you, or I've never had someone come out and like look at the VIN on the trailer. They pretty much just look at the back and see. Some of these trailers are pretty dang old, or they have a translucent roof. A lot of these trailers back in the day had like a plastic translucent where it let light in. They don't want that. They want aluminum roof. They want E-track, composite sides. They don't want wood on the sides. Just like that kind of stuff. So you have composite sides and an aluminum roof. Swing door. Don't get a roll door. Don't get a lift gate. Don't get a 48-foot, it's a 53-foot swing door. That's what they want if you're doing dry van. Well, that kind of sucks with the bottleneck type. Yeah, and then when it gets real bad, they have a bunch of potholes and you're like dodging those. Not messing up, but they keep it clean. But they should, I think they should change the whole system. But there must be a reason. There's got to be a reason for, like, in case something happens, they can bottleneck it and shut it off and make everybody stand there. You got a listing for auction? I don't know what you're talking about. My wife loves it. Thank you. Start a truck. There you go. Went over that. My name is Ben from Grand Rapids. What's up, Ben? Thanks for hanging out, man. We're just talking about well, stuff while we're getting unloaded. We were supposed to be talking about all the CDL schools got. I'm gonna roll my window down. It is getting warm. Sun's hitting finally. Clouds are all going away, and we got sun back. So maybe it really is 53 degrees outside. PTL driver come in last night. His truck had 27 different grip. Oh my gosh. They were like one of the only schools that PTL is a company. They were the only companies that came into my school like to recruit. And the guy was such a salesman. I liked him. He was a nice guy. Probably needs to be in like cell phone sales or something instead of recruiting truck drivers. But he was telling me, always have a pen. Always have a pen on you.
Well, go fuck your nigger.
I was always remembering, that guy's not very happy. I was always remembering him saying, like, have a pen. Sometimes you got to watch what happens on the CB. These guys are angry at each other for driving 3 miles an hour faster or slower than the next guy. But yeah, he was always a bit of a, but it was a, I'm just going to keep that off. It was a PTL recruiter, but they were like, yeah, we're company owned and stuff, but I've never heard anything great about PTL. But yeah, 27 different grill ones, huh? Consider getting a newer truck? No. I spent $37,000 on this motor in this truck. This is a 2012. Has everything I would possibly want. All the newer trucks with all the newer, even more electronics in them and more digital dashes and all that kind of stuff. No, just keep this one. This will be my one forever, God willing that it keeps going. The frame doesn't rot out, nothing like that, but we're down to southeast. Doesn't really get much salt and snow up there. Justin just saying hi from Greenville, North Carolina. That's crazy. There's so many Greenvilles around here. Greenville, Tennessee, Greenville, South Carolina. Well, what's going on, Doug? Fly drone also, but the UK keeps changing the rules. It's crazy. You just don't want to get in trouble. You don't want your phone to be being called by the FAA because someone watches your YouTube channel and doesn't like the way you fly your drone, or just doesn't want you to be able to fly your drone. Either way, I don't care. If it's that big of a deal for you, I don't have to fly it. But it was cool being able to see the different areas. But maybe if the rules change, and like I said, I probably should reach back out to the guy. Hey, has anything changed with if your channel's monetized? If you don't know what channel's monetized means, it means you make money every month on YouTube. So if you make money on YouTube, you can't fly a drone without a license, which is crazy. If you don't have a monetized channel, you can fly a drone all day, every day. Just fly it everywhere, show everything, but no. What is the temperature where you're at? It said 53. We got some, now it says 59, but the sun is blaring now. All right, thanks for reminding me about the loads there. Watch the goose, watch the geese, yep. Try to good rates for going to Virginia, DC. I don't like going to Virginia or DC. There's never really anything coming back down. Sometimes you'll get something good going out towards like the Newport News area, like out there where my brother used to live, but it's not really, or the Busch Gardens. There's nothing really coming back that's worth a dang. All right, Greenwood to Sumter, Dalton. It's getting later in the day too. Right now is like prime time for when they have to move the loads from like noon to 2 o'clock. But you have to have enough window to get there and make sure the shipper's not going to close. Greer to Membain, 207 miles, $1,000. 207 miles. Greenville to Columbia, $900. So I like when I can just email because I don't like to call. Simply because it's a sales pitch, especially TQL. Oh yeah, I got this on it, that on it. This is the load. It's like I know all that information already by looking at the listing. Don't need you to reiterate it to me. What do you want for your target rate? I'll do it for this. If that works for you, let me know. Or we'll meet somewhere in the middle. That's why I like email. But a lot of broker agents, their sales background, they're called salesmen. There's the sales side of the brokerage and there's the customer side or the carrier side. So there's pretty much people sitting on two different sides of the room. All these guys are pushing, selling, boiler room stuff. And then when they get somebody that's close to the number that they need or they need that load moved, they'll go talk to the broker guy, the customer, my buddy at C.H. Robinson guy sitting on this side that has the customers, has the account. He makes the call. Okay, we're running these for $1,000 to our pocket every day. We're pushing them for 800. This guy will do it for 1,000. We'll just move it because we need to move it. That's the in between where they're trying to keep that $200. I want that $200 for me because I'm that last minute guy. I'm a one truck operation. If you need me, I'm here. That's how I run mine. So that's why I don't run all the time. Zipline Logistics, priority order. That's that one I run to Jacksonville. I'm looking at my emails now because now that I've emailed that person, oh my goodness, I forgot. This phone's my old phone, so it's going to have so many emails that haven't been deleted. So we'll just delete some of them and go back to the top. But yeah, priority load, $1,200 to Jacksonville from right here. That's not bad. You can do that 14. I meant A8V92 in last comment. I don't know what that means. Watch out for the geese. Yep, 31 degrees where I'm at. Dang it, Kevin Air. We're going to get one of those buddies. I don't know, got him. Where did I get him at? I don't remember. I think it was a truck stop. He was just sitting there. I was like, man, putting him next to me. But then again, that Greenville to Columbia load is an RXO load, and they are not the best. They list from, a lot of brokers will list from all kinds of cities. They'll actually like be picking up over here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and they'll post it in Greenville, they'll post it in Spartanburg, post it up in Asheville, post it down in Columbia. I'm like, why don't I just post Gastonia? And if someone's close to Gastonia, that's where they pick it up. Well, it's like, well, we're trying to reach out to more of the area. I'm like, so you're just going to make someone deadhead more like 120, 40 miles to get to this load? Hell yeah. So we'll refresh. The way I categorize mine, I would categorize them by time posted. So I want to know if they need a move, they're going to continue to post it. So 0 minutes ago, Anderson to Gainesville. It's Gainesville, Florida. That was Gainesville, Georgia for $1,100, but still Gainesville, Florida, for $1,200. I'm $1,150. Greenville, Lithia Springs. I've taken that before. Magellan Transport. Let's see, Port of Orange, just right by Daytona. Winter Haven. Yeah, Pendleton to Jacksonville. That's the one that they're trying to push right now because Pendleton's right here, right where I'm at. I'm in Piedmont. Pendleton's that way a little bit. See if they have an email for it. Nope, they want me to call Landstar and let me tell you all about this load. What's up? Come with it. How you doing? Where are you? It's 31 degrees, Kevin. Love that Kenworth W9. Thanks a lot, Robert Asher. Good people. What's up, Wild Child? Waving hello. How you doing? AV92 is an old Detroit. Used to have those in trucks. There you go. Yeah, the 60 series stuff, and also there's a different versions of the 60 series. My 60 series is a D-Deck 2, which is like the software version, the ECU. D-Deck 3 and 4 are the ones you really want because you can tune them up. You can go to 600 horsepower, the big boy horsepower, big turbos. The D-Deck 2, they say it's limited for in the 400s, 450. So that's fine with me for having that much for old Betty, because Betty won't be going up in the mountains or heavy hauling with a third axle anytime soon. It'll be taking light loads down to Florida, stuff like that, back and forth to Atlanta, if I ever IRP it and run it, which I hope I never have to if this truck just keeps rolling, you know? Roll and roll. I use my phone for loads, KT. The iPad is where I'm watching you guys right now up here. You guys are on the new 17, and this is my old 16, Pro Max, whatever. But this one is connected hotspot to my iPad, and that one's running you guys for the live feed, because I don't want to daisy chain you guys, because it'll probably like buffer it. And I do have Verizon now, and I got to tell you, Verizon has been more buffery than T-Mobile was, which is weird. I don't know if Verizon has the best network anymore. But the guy at AT&T inside of Walmart keeps trying to sell me. He's telling me that I can. I just got Verizon like a week ago, or a week and a half ago. Just got my iPhone 17 from them, and it's a $2,000 phone. They gave it to me like $721, like for $20 a month, and you can pay it off whenever you want. So I was like, okay, whatever. But now the AT&T guy is saying he'll pay off this phone, which is 700 and something bucks, and my wife's phone, which is 700 and something bucks. And we'll get $1,100 for each one of the 13 or newers we trade in. And he'll do all that. And I'm like, I don't know if you can do that, man. Like right off the bat where I just switched to Verizon. He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been with them. I'm like, So I just don't trust it. I want to give Verizon some time, I guess. But AT&T, I had good coverage with them. I never had much. T-Mobile, I did have some spots where I didn't have any service. AT&T was pretty good. Wherever I ran in Florida or anywhere I was at, they had pretty good service. Happy holidays. You too, Wild Child. Has there been better for you? They have been better for me lately. Thanks for telling me to look at them again. Moorhead, Kentucky, 333 miles, $800. Spartanburg to Auburndale, SPI Logistics, 1,600. I would do that for like 22. See what they say. If they need it, that's the thing. They're listening to 1,600. If they need it moved, and I say 22, and they say we'll do it for 2,000, I'll be like, hey, we're almost there. Maybe 21. Let's go. But I would do it for 2,000 to go to Auburndale. Auburndale's like Orlando. So when you do email them, I always just email my my MC, because that's what they're asked for most of the time. So that's the thing. Like I texted that RXO, and they just say please call, and they give you the number for like the main RXO. I'm like, RXO is not they're as bad as TQL with the sales pitches. 48 pounds of turbo boost, man. That is some stuff. This one's running like 35 pounds, 32 pounds when I'm fully into it. This truck, when Hangin Diesel tuned it, they said, hey, what do you want? 600 horse or whatever, this much? Because they can tune it as high as they want your turbo to spool up, wastegates and all that. And I said, no, I want it reliable. Just keep it in the fives. Hello, Howard. How you doing? Looked it up from 2026. You guys changed the rules, drone weight limits from. Isn't that crazy? They keep changing it all around. 100 grams is a small drone. Like 250, 249 is what my drone is. It's just so crazy. And just to get a call from the FAA, I was like, man, it's not that big of a deal for me to fly my drone. So if you guys are really that adamant about it being a problem, whatever. That's the last time I was flying a drone. That's what happened. Someone was kind enough to call the FAA. I said, if that means that much to you, I don't care. I'm not doing anything for you. T-Mobile bought U.S. Cellular. Naturally, I have U.S. Cellular. There you go. So maybe they did have better service. Because the T-Mobile guy, of course, they're going to try and sell me on, or not T-Mobile, AT&T. He said that Verizon doesn't have the same like network they used to have compared to everybody else now. And they're all going to say that. They're going to be like, we got the best stuff ever. But I have AT&T many years. Customer loyalty can hook you up. Yeah, I mean, we had them. That's where we got green. Whoa. Okay, so it's a red light. It's flashing green, red. He'll probably come out and bring me my paperwork because he has to take the red airline lock off. But you guys are good luck. So is Buddy. And we got green lights. Let's see, Spartanburg, Auburndale. $1,600, thank you. So I didn't give him a price. I just he's bringing my paperwork right now. I'll just say, if you need me, I can do that for $2,200. Let me know. Thank you so much. So I just do that and then meet in the middle, the $2,000, or they're like, hey, we're firm on $1,600. So we'll see. Got my pen. Always have pens, like PTL says. Appreciate it, man. That was quick. Heck yeah. Thank you, man. Have a good rest of the holidays. Maybe I'll see you before. Probably not. Oh, you already got the chalk out? Thank you. I'll put it back up. Awesome. Get paid on $900 on that one. Bam. Then look for something else. But yeah, we'll go get some lunch. Somewhere right around here. The big pilot off exit 35 is right here. As a McDonald's, I can actually see it right there. Like it when you shake it right there. But yeah, he wants to hear my truck start probably because he's sitting there. Oh, we're in gear. Dang it, I'm messing my gear shifter. I was sitting on the gear, so it was in third gear right there. There you go. Woo! Okay. Thought I had. That's what your motor will sound like when it locks up. It won't go boom. It'll just go bam, like it's banging off the starter. So idle up, get some air in this thing. We'll go looking for a load. Thanks for hanging out with you guys. God bless you. Buddy says hi, and I'll keep bringing you videos as I feel like it. You know, as I have content. If I get something fun to Florida today, we'll shoot down there. We'll shoot down there together, me and Buddy and you guys. I'll get some batteries for these things. But yeah, 35 pounds probably much smarter. Mine didn't last long. There you go. Don't also have to trim it, ideally. Yeah, so these new drones, that's the thing about it, like with the FAA, I don't think they're up with the technology of them, but they are so safe, they won't even let you fly in any airspace, nothing. They're like, man, stop right up. Not even close. Teamwork, have a great day. You too, Zach. Getting unloaded. There you go, finally. Good job, Kevin. Get it done, man. Take care, buddy. Just have a good holiday. You guys too. Best Christmas ever. Yes, sir. Maybe like I did the last couple of years, I put a camera up in the corner and just go live for you guys to go ahead and like see a young kid's Christmas, because how much fun did we have when we were kids, and that was like the best. You couldn't wait for that morning to see what you got. These boys are probably not going to watch this. I feel I pray not, but they have a big circle thing that they can jump on. That's coming. I have to put that together. There's an elf on New Year's or on that eve, so pray for me on that one. It's a huge one. And then they have 3 things that you can stand on, and we got them those because the dirt bikes, our neighborhood doesn't really like the dirt bikes in the neighborhood, even though they are the same as a regular pedal bike. They go a little bit faster, yes, but we tell them to keep it slow. We'd rather have them, if they're going to be in the neighborhood, just use those. Don't make a lot of noise, they're electric. If you want to go rip it up, go in the backyard, take your dirt bike. So that makes more, we're trying to be nicer to neighbors in that sense of Casey not ripping his little 4-stroke. That thing's loud, a little exhaust pipe. I'm rambling. Love you. Thanks a lot, Howard. Paul, love you, man. Love all you guys. I'll get back to you guys live again sometime soon, but I knew when I was going to have some time. Hang out with you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.